Hello there, great generals. So we're being forced for this stuff again, right? This issue is being forced on us again. So Discord, if you use Discord, you probably notice a mysterious blue banner appear upwards, and it says something blah 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 about like blah blah matter. So here it says our stand on racial equality by Jason Stand. Let's see what they have to say. And by the way, they're kind of trying to force people to do this. Here's a brown and a black hand. All of us on Discord were horrified by George Floyd's murder. Now, this is the first, you know, falsehood. He was not murdered. You can say whatever you want. The most you can say was he died in police custody, and maybe you could say that the officer had some part in that, right? Maybe he added the final stress that tipped him over the line, but it was not that. So that's the first thing that they're saying that is wrong. We are horrified by the murder of Breonna Taylor. It's not murder either. Yeah, because from what we can get from the reports, it was excellent. So what happened is the problem is that okay. So what is the case of there? I went a little bit more into it, and so it seems like there was a no knock warrant. So they just went in without knocking, supposedly, right? And then what happened was that the occupant, inside, which is the boyfriend of Breonna, thought that these guys were intruders because supposedly they were plainclothes officers, all this. So it's reasonable. It's actually a reasonable thing to, it's actually reasonable that he thought that they were intruders. So he fired at them, and then they fired back. The police officers fired back, and Brianna was in the crossfire. So she ended up gone. The thing is though is that if this is the case, this so far what I've read, then it was not intentional nor premeditated, so it cannot be murder. Anyway, of Rayshard Brooks, well, that was self-defense. He attacked officers and tasered them. So, of Ahmaud Arbery, I don't know what was Ahmaud Arbery again. These things are very forgotten them. Let me think. What was him? Damn, I'm very forgotten what Ahmad's thing was. It's probably some nuisance involved. But okay, let's say that they murdered Ahmaud Arbery. So this one guy, and countless other black people across America. Yes, there's countless other cases that happen. Like last year, 9 unarmed, black were killed, I believe. So yeah, there's countless others, I guess. Over the years, it compounds, and disgusted by the Canadian police brutality against our protesters. Well, the protesters are being violent, so again, so you may be disgusted by whatever you want. It's funny they're more disgusted by the police acting against these rather violent protesters, quote unquote. Peaceful protesters. It's like no, they're kind of violent, and they're doing a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So again, okay, let's go on. Racism is not only something you consciously do. Okay, it's something that people always do. It seems. It's not just vicious comments and violent acts. It's just thinking. No, look, racism is just thinking. It's a thought. Which is why when you're trying to get rid of racism, you're pretty much doing the act of a thought police. It's thoughts. That's what it is. It's an idea in the end. The reality is the acts themselves are not racism. These are just manifestations of this. It's the thoughts. So once you go to get rid of racism, you're doing thought police work. Well, hey, if you deem it necessary, okay, but recognize that you're doing thought policing. Okay, so racism is baked into our institution and way of life. Yeah, against whites. Again, from the action, these type of things. From education, the property of ownership to voting. Let's see, voting, they can vote, right? Education, they also get right to schools. Property ownership, they get to own property, just fine. Now, sure, they don't own just as much property and they don't have that much income, but we don't live in a communist country, so, yeah. And it's a reality faced with black people in all over the world. Well, the black people in the United States are better off than any other place. So, besides maybe, except a few niche places, maybe they're a bit better off. But let's say a very large population of blacks, of any very large population of blacks, they're better off than any other place. So, they're privileged beyond measure. I mean, if you don't create change where you can, but what change do you want exactly? The thing. But anyway, we are complicit in perpetuating white supremacy and oppression of black people. Well, the thing is that you're just going to end up with the oppression of white people and black supremacy if you keep on going in this way, because black people are already privileged. So if you're going to privilege them even more, you end up with black supremacy and oppression of white people, right? But these people don't realize that. As Discord, one of the most popular communication servers in the world, it is our duty to use our illustrious influence to help in unique ways. And this is the thing, right? You have moralists who take over, who let's say make it, run it, whatever it be, but they run these companies and then they try to moralize it on. Instead of just staying by, just make money, right? Just make money. Just stick by and do profits. No. Now they have to start intervening and everything and start, playing around with their customers. We are responsible to ensure Discord is not used for hate, violence, or harm. Okay, fine. I mean, if you don't want violence or harm, fine. Hatred, that's when you get to the thought policing. Anyway, our goal is that Discord used to build meaningful relationship and strong family communities. Okay, fine. Today, in the day that communities affected end of slavery in the United States, okay, what? Oh, it's Juneteenth, right? Well, I don't know. I mean, slavery ended 150 years ago, so we went to share the concrete action we're taking to achieve it. Oh, okay. Let's see what you want to achieve, Mr. Discord. We created a company task force focused on identifying and implementing action we'll take from a product policy and people perspective to make this one more diverse, more trusted, more inclusive. So, what does this mean then? For all users everywhere. Okay, let's see what this means. The details. The task was led by our CEO and we'll back it with the right resources to implement its recommendations quickly and comprehensively. Okay, but again, the details. They will focus on 3 main areas of action. How we can combat hate in Discord, so increase censorship. How we can use our reach and scale to promote justice, aka propaganda. How we can act as an employer to train, hire, and retain underrepresented people, aka affirmative action. aka discriminate against whites. This task force already identified and started implement across these areas. Okay, combating hate on Discord. Let's see how the censorship front goes. Like every mainstream communication service, we have to contend with people using Discord to promote hate and abuse others. Okay, abuse is a problem. Hate is when you're going to top policing, right? To be clear, hate has no place in Discord. Well, it means, certain thoughts don't have no place in Discord. As we've grown as a company, we've taken decisive action to make Discord hostile to white supremacists, racists, other groups who see the use Discord for evil, but not communists and similar kind of people who in history have ended up with the deaths of millions and millions of people. Those people are not a problem. It's these people are the problem, not communists and such, right? Interesting. We have invested in people. Trust and safety is one of our largest teams in Discord. Well, that's an issue. That means the censorship team is one of the biggest and largest teams in Discord. Okay, and the technology to proactively identify and ban bad actors on the platform. Okay, 2019, more than half of the servers removed for violent extreme content, many of which were white supremacist servers, removed proactively by our team before they report to us. Interesting. So they're systematically going and looking around. We will keep increasing that number. Yes, let's increase the censorship. Let's increase the top place. In recent weeks, we have been monitoring our platform very closely and remove anyone seeking to use Discord on violent extremists or disrupt protests. What if they're communists? Is that a problem then? I'm pretty sure there's Antifa servers in there. Are you gonna get rid of them? No, I don't think so. Today we commit to additional action to make sure we are as effective as we can against the spread of hatred in Discord, except hatred against whites. That's fine. We want to take a third party other by organization acting and researching the spread of hate and reason abuse. What is it? What is it gonna be? The SPLC, the ADL? Is that what it's gonna be? We know exactly what kind of organizations are gonna be doing this. Third party. More of the Democratic Party. But anyways, that's how Discord works. How we enforce our policy and how to make the censorship heavier and make recommendations for for us to be more effective. Yeah, how do we censor people better and do more thought policing? And we're sure that what we learn so others can make use of retreats. Yeah, this spreads, right? One company learns how to censor better and it spreads around. We're investing significant engineering resources into the develop software to find and manage abuse. Here comes the AI. Here comes the AI coming after you. Yep, you're gonna control your thoughts with AI. Here it comes. We committed to an open source strategy, which means other companies can benefit and build on what we learn. We hope this can also empower companies to release this tool so users can benefit. Yeah, users are not gonna be benefiting, only a particular subset of people. Okay, here's the propaganda front. Use your skill to promote justice. As a platform used by hundreds of millions of people around the world, we have a responsibility to use our reach to help those who use their voices to advocate for change and positive energy and social. Okay, push for things that you want. Propaganda of your side. Starting next week, we'll be able to use our in-product screens to our blog to raise awareness of anti-racist causes and encourage you to take concrete actions and calling on local officials to advocate for police reform. So they're gonna use Discord as a sort of propaganda engine, right? An activism engine. So, which is a perversion of what it's actually supposed to be, which is simply a communication service. But now it's gonna become this activist thing, right? How do you like this, my boys? How do you like this? Doesn't this sound lovely? Over time, we'll be reaching out to community organizations. We know who those people are. Civil society groups, also know who those advocates. We know all these people are communists. Let's face it, they're all Antifa types, communists. We know who these people are, right? Who are on Discord offering them support and develop resources specifically for them, including dedicated customer support. Yeah, let's help Antifa organizes protests, right? It's rallies. That's that. Actually, the train hire. Okay, here comes the discriminating against white. We want Discord team to reflect the diversity of society. Today we're committed to Well, interesting. Why is that why is that a matter of importance? I mean, you're supposed to live in a meritocracy, right? Doesn't look like it. Diverging our senior leadership team as soon as possible. Why? Will it improve the company? What will it do? Why do this? Anyway, recruiting a full-time head of diversity include. Oh, here comes the head of censorship and communism. When reports to our chief policy officer show these policies dedicate attention and full responsibility. So yeah, you see the censorship starting to really clamp on. An internship program starting to 2021 to create 100% groups with a 5-year goal to train the next generation of security leaders. Okay, so you're gonna have a group probably. So what's gonna be is a sort of a training program only for non-whites. That's gonna be it, right? We're also looking at ways of supporting and donating to important charitable causes. 2 weeks ago, Disco donated a combined $150,000 to the Equal Justice Initiative, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the National Bail Fund Network, and the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor Family Funds. That's a lot of money. And you're telling me that blacks are oppressed when companies are giving them $150,000 for their causes? Seriously? Like, they're oppressed. Here, have $150,000 and God knows how much more money somewhere else. Come on. Like, oh, we're against the system. Yeah, because the entire system is supporting you. Interesting. We're also giving our employees 2 days every year to do volunteer work for causes support. Oh, really? No. I don't think it's gonna be necessary causes they support. But anyways, I think it's gonna be causes that you support because you're gonna be picking people like they think you're you. We're grateful that we have funds to donate to important causes. Yes, your fellow political people. But no donation must be accompanied by actions. Yes, it's called censorship. We would also like to take the moment to encourage everyone to take the time to learn more. Learn what? About what communists want to do to us? Or what for society? I don't know. I think we've learned enough about that. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. This freaking. Here are some resources to start you on a journey. We plan to share more in the near future. Okay, let's go on. These are the arguments. Let's see if these are the arguments, right? To back all this up, right? I hope. Talking about race, an educational portal. Okay, so here's how the argument both by the National Museum of African American History and Culture, providing tools and plans to have readers learn more and inspire important conversation. You're only one conversation that you like. Okay, it's not conversation. They want an echo chamber. That's what they want. Because if someone comes in with an opposing view, immediately they'll go insane. So don't come with this bullshit. Oh, we just want a conversation. Come on. The museum is the only national museum devoted exclusively to the documentation of African American life, history, and culture. Is there any national museum devoted exclusively to the documentation of white American life, history, and culture? Does that exist? I want to see that. I don't know if that exists. Who knows? NPR's Code Switch, a weekly NPR podcast run by a multiracial, multi-generational team of journalists who cover both race and identity. Interesting. Code Switch covered these massively uncomfortable and central conversations with the nuance adapters or nuance. Yeah, but if someone that don't agree with you comes in, shut it out, right? So where's the nuance? The nuance, yeah, okay. The nuance, this type of nuance is the nuance between like Trotskyists and Stalinists discussing with each other and Maoists. These different groups. That's the nuance you're gonna get. All these different groups talking with each other. We all want communism, but how should we implement it specifically? That's what we're gonna get. Dr. Robin D. Young discusses white fragile. Oh, here comes the anti-white thing about you're just fragile. Your race is fragile. If you don't just without complaining, take all this punishment we're gonna throw at you, all this abuse that we're gonna throw at you, all this discrimination we're gonna throw at you, you're fragile. You're just fragile. You should just take it. Just take it. That's what it is. University of Washington are they gonna rename the University of Washington by the state because Washington owns slaves? So should you get rid of that word name? And Professor Dr. Robin DeAngelo recent answer from her book "Why for Jilly? Why is it so hard for white people to talk about racism?" Yeah, why is it so hard for white people to? White people already pretty much don't like themselves very much, right? So it's just a question of they don't dislike themselves enough. That's what's really the problem. Dr. DeAngelo explains the phenomenon of white fragility and discuss how you can develop your capacity to engage more constructively across race. Nah, come on. If someone said this again, if someone disagrees with them, it's a problem. So this idea that we're just trying to constructively engage and we're just having a conversation, nonsense. Nobody believes that. English in action. Collection of research created by the Obama Foundation, of course Obama, aimed at inspiring connected people to change the world. Okay, I mean you're changing the world for the worse, so yeah, but whatever. If the world goes to heck, who cares? These people are gonna be living in their gated communities anyways. But anyway, the reason this is focused on helping readers learn what they can and do a more just and equitable world. Okay, the just and equitable world. We're heading towards a more just and equitable world, and it's getting worse in every single way. So again, I don't feel like our liberties becoming better. No, is the GDP getting better? Not really. It's slowing down, and at this point, it just stocks. At this point, the economy is getting hauled out. Right? Our society is. Look at our society. It's a mess. We're more just and equitable, quote unquote, than ever in history. And look at us. Look at where we are. If this is if this is to improve the world, there's no evidence. There's no evidence that this improves the world or anything. This is better, right? Again, this and no evidence is brought that this is going to actually improve anything. Is it going to improve the? Is it going to improve the platform? Is this going to, in the end, like is it and even going to in the long term, you know, benefit blacks? Is it even going to benefit them in the long term? That's the question. You know, we've seen what happened in South Africa, right? Did it benefit them? I don't think so. But that's what we're heading towards with this stuff. And you might say, well, that's ridiculous. This is just like a little, that's just Discord doing this. But understand that if you have these bricks, right, and Discord is one of the bricks, and they have a whole bunch of other companies, look at all those other companies, hordes of companies doing the same type of thing. These are all bricks. And if you get enough bricks together, you can build a structure. You can build a pretty damn nasty structure, which is pretty gonna be, they're gonna be able to do things with that structure. So, don't underestimate it. Anyways, our efforts to combat racism will require time, resources to the end. Okay, what are you gonna get in the end? Okay, let's say you get rid of racism. Now what? Now what? You got rid of all the wrong things. Now what? What is this world? I guess the question: what does the world look like? Do you got utopia now? Do you got utopia now? Okay, now we got rid of the wrong thing. So now, I guess we got an utopia, right? The utopia that everyone wants. They want to start a Discord journey, which again they're telling you that it's gonna get worse. We are committed to being in it for the long haul. Yeah, you're gonna be on until you go broke, but we keep you updated on our progress every quarter, and we know that you or user will hold us accountable. Yeah, right. Like you listen to anyone but the ones you want to listen to. Yeah, these are. Yeah. Okay, so this is a Discord blog and Jason Citron, the CEO. So this is it, right? This is it. Discord has decided to declare war on all those people they don't like, right? Those evil people who have wrong think. They declare war on them. Full scale war on them. Full scale war on them. Well, enjoy. No, they don't like you. They don't like you if you have wrong think. Like, remember, and never fall for their. We just want a conversation, bro. Never fall for that. Never fall for that. Because that seems to imply that we're open-minded. But if one would actually challenge their views, they ain't gonna accept it. They're gonna shut you down immediately. So yeah, it's not a conversation. It's not really a dialogue. It's a monologue. They don't even recognize you as legitimate. It's a legitimate partner or whatever in this whole thing. Anyways, this is what you have, right? Also, if you think that you're gonna be unscathed because you are, let's say, I don't know, I'm just a conservative, bro. I want Americanism and all that. Don't think that you're gonna be unscathed. Don't think that that's gonna save you. Don't think that's gonna save you at all, right? You too are gonna fall under the heel of this stuff. You too are gonna fall under the heel of top police. Anyway, that is all for now, and good luck.